back. Welcome back, folks. What a beautiful day it is. It is cold. Rocking the jacket today. Gotta keep warm. And you know what's gonna help with that? A fair bit of coffee. Nice and hot, steaming, fresh out the carafe. I'm excited for it. Slendy, Sean, welcome in, y'all. It's a pleasure to see you. How you been? I feel like it was just Monday. We were just hanging out. It was a good one. Slendy, you got a book cover. Hey, I haven't even gotten to the topic today, and you know what's going. Rock on, man. Hit me with that cover. Oh, Sean, you just finished Warden, my guy. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it, man. Rock on. Thank you so much for saying that. Who is your favorite character? I always poll people of the main three who you digging. And Slendy, hit me with that book cover, man. Let's here, we'll pop up here a little sample cover for us. And Slendy, you got The Conspiracy Against the Human Race. Race by Thomas Ligotti. All right, rock on. Seer, welcome in. CR, how you doing? Good to have you back. Slendy, you said you haven't read this one, but the cover just kind of hit. All right. Hey, man, we'll check it out. Sean, I love it. I love it. Titus and Marty, rock on. Ellington, you're talking about Lieutenant, I think, Ellington? The one who is bothered by having a job. Yeah, it's pretty accurate for her. That's in fact very accurate. Rock on, man. Thank you so much for reading it. I'm glad you liked it. Jack Yan, what's up? Welcome in. Awesome cover, huh? Right? This is our sample cover. We're just starting here today because I tell you all about Dragonlance so much. And this is one that this is kind of where, you know, my fantasy journey began, I think, was with this book. Seer, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for being here. Y'all, if you don't know the stream format today, hit me with book covers. Tell me what covers you like. Put the name in chat. I'll add it to my list, and then we're going to pull them all up, and we're just going to check them out, you know? As Jack Yan has just done. Jack Yan, you said The Spear Cuts Through Water. Now, I've heard of this. Spear Cuts Through Water? Who's it by? The title's probably good enough that we'll be able to pull it up, but just let me know who the author is if you got a chance there. But yeah, so y'all, one more title, Realm Breaker by suggested by Get Off My Lawn Guy, which, hello, my friend, welcome back. Y'all drop the author if you can as well when you suggest a cover. And just helps pull it up sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't come up on title alone. Percy over on Video App, he said, sorry about missing the last two streams, but I'm glad to be back. Oh, you don't got to apologize. It's all good, Percy. It's all good. I'm glad to have you here. Welcome back. For book covers, you want the original covers of Percy Jackson. All right. Percy Jackson OG covers. We can pull those out. Glara, good morning. Good to see you. Welcome back in. How you been? Hopefully not too cold up there. Oh, thank you, Jack Ann. Simon Jimenez is the author there. Rock on. Frost, glad to have you. Welcome in. It's a little frosty outside today. A little bit too cold for me. Anything you can do about that? Brandon, you said the Air series by Cinda Williams Chima? Rock on. We'll get in there. Air series by Cinda Williams. Where was it? I swear I saw it. Cinda Williams Chima. Rock on. Troll, welcome back. Trolldson over on Video App. Good to have you. Good to have you. Tell it's cold outside. I got a little sniffly nose today. Euphoric? You're loving the Dragonlance cover? Absolutely. This is where fantasy started for me. It's so good. Jonathan says, good afternoon. Welcome back in, my guy. Oh, and Sean, you got a cover for us? Everyone on this train is a suspect. Ooh. By Benjamin Stevenson. Rock on. And Get Off My Lawn Guy, you said the author of Realmbreaker is Victoria Aveyard. All right, rock on. Okay, we got a lot, so we'll dive into these, you know? Slindy, it sounds like you got similar weather to me, man. Yeah, people getting excited about the Dragonlance cover. That's what I want to see, man. I loved this cover. And book in general, but it just oozes classic fantasy, right? Like, even to a point of being like almost kitschy. But you know what? It's just fun. It's just a good cover. I like it. I like it a lot. Scythe by Neil Shusterman will add it to the list. That's a book we're quite familiar with over here. We've done it in our opening line stream quite a lot. And I think we've done the cover as well, but it's been a hot minute, so we'll do it again. Brandon, this was your first book, Intro to Fantasy, that wasn't young adult, right? I'm right there with you, dude. I feel like this book did so much work in getting people into fantasy back in the day. It's just such a good intro, right? It's so good. Troldson, you said thanks for recommending Legends of Strahta. You're digging it. Hey, rock on, man. I'm glad you're liking it. It's good, right? It's not totally different for lit RPG, but I think it comes from a different angle than a lot of lit RPG does. And when you get to books 2 and 3 in the series, stuff starts to get very interesting. Just Eric, you said Bless Up by Peter Rosenberg. All right, well, sick. We got a lot of covers, so I'm going to just dive into them here, start talking about them. Thank you, everybody who recommended a cover. I appreciate you. Jonathan, you said, is this a big book series? Yeah. Dragonlance, I can't get my finger all the way up there. Dragonlance is pretty popular. There's a lot of books in it. I mean, I like the ones by the original authors, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. If I lean out of the way, you can see it right there. But they've been writing. They wrote a ton of books. They got other authors in on the series, so it's a very big, sprawling series. But the original 3 is where it starts, and it's just totally. It reads like a D&D campaign because I'm pretty sure it's based on a D&D campaign. Maxis, you got a signed copy of Summer. I forget the full title. Dragons of Summer Flame, maybe. Is that book 2 or 3? I think it's 3. No, it's 3 is spring. I forget. It's been a hot minute. But rock on. That's totally cool. Did both sign it? Alright, so TikTok does not like it if there is even a single view of the resale, the seller site named after a great river in South America. I can't put that website on screen even for a minute. So, we're going to swap over to this view while I pull up the covers. And we're going to grab our first cover here. I've never seen this one. Jaden, I got the jacket in Burlington Coat Factory in East Boston about 10 years ago. It's an awesome jacket. I'm a huge fan of it. Holy cow, Slendy, this is quite a cover you've started us off with here, man. Striking it is, indeed. Frightening is another word we could use for this one. Ooh, boy. Alright, y'all. Brace yourselves. First cover of the day. Oof. Popped is one word, Slendy, but the popped that I would use for this art is popped like a swollen wound, bro. This is rough. I mean, look, it's a striking cover for sure. It is fully grossing me out. I don't really want to look at this one much longer than I need to. What is this book about, y'all? Jeezy Pete's. Let me grab the back cover blurb for a minute here, and I'll save you a little bit of looking at the cover for a hot moment. Um, let's read the back. It's a non-fiction book. An examination of the meaning or meaninglessness of life through an insightful, unsparing argument that proves the greatest horrors are not products of our imaginations, but instead found in reality. Pull the cover back. Oh, that's not it. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it'll get your attention. I'm not feeling great looking at it, man. I feel sick looking at this. But hey, man, if you read it, Slindy, let us know how it is. I mean, it does the primary job of a cover, right? It gets your attention. If you walked past this on a bookshelf, I feel like you'd stop, right? Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna move on from that one just because, to my personal taste, that one's grossing me out. Video app. Wow, a lot of chat over there. I'm sorry, I missed it, y'all. Percy, you said Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins is a good end to the trilogy. Yeah, and a good cover, I believe. We can get that on the list. You just got wriggly little hands. You're excited to read it. Rock on. I hope you enjoy it, but let me know what you think. Okay, next book on the list. Let me pull it up here. And it is The Spear Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez. Another one. Now, see, I've heard of this book, but I don't know if I've ever seen the cover. I'm not certain from looking at it here, but it looks sick. I'm a huge fan. If anything, it's a little less visceral. So let's pull that bad boy up. I'll lean out the way. Pretty sick, y'all. What do we think? I love the color palette on it. It's very. It really feels like it's deeply underwater, which I mean would track with the cover or with the title. The vibe of this cover though is very nice. The blues and the greens. I'm a fan. There's even some little like dots of red sprinkled throughout, and they almost look like, especially right here, they almost look like eyes watching from a distance or something. Beautiful blues though. No, I don't. The reds are like polyps or something on like underwater plants, I think, or berries. Are they berries on plants? I'm not entirely sure. A palette cleanser, says Elite Illusions. Yeah, for sure. Wash the memory away. Oh, that's a good point, Jack Ann. I appreciate your observation. You always have you see things in a slightly different way than I do, but you're absolutely right. The title font is very simple, but it looks good, right? It's clear, it's crisp, it's easy to read. Big fan. All right, well, I'm gonna at least take a moment here and see what the book's about, because again, like I said, I don't know about this one. Two warriors shepherd an ancient god across a broken land to end the tyrannical reign of a royal family in this epic fantasy from the author of Vanished Birds. Okay, well, that was perfect. You like how the title weaves with the image? Get off my lawn, guy? Yeah, that's always something. A lot of artists try to do that, and I really think it adds depth, but you got to do it the right amount. Too much, and it's distracting. Too little, and it might as well not be there. This is a pretty good amount, particularly, let me get out the way. Right down here, this O, that's got this, like, I mean, it's a plant of some sort. I'm almost getting, like, it's putting me in the mind of, what are those big plants in the Pacific Northwest underwater? Kelp. It's looking like kelp. Going over the O. That's pretty sick. And there's another one here on the G. I dig it. You just finished this book. Rock on, man. How'd you like it? What'd you think? Over on Video app, let's see. Oh, that's a book, Jack. Okay, I didn't get that initially. All right, so you want to see American Pharaoh, Triple Crown Champion. That sounds like it's gonna be nonfiction, right? By Shelley Fraser Mickle. Thank you very much. Added to the list. A little more nonfiction in here. Nothing wrong with that. Just gonna grab my next cover here in a moment. The kelp moves all the way back to the figures. It's a great piece of art. Oh, I see what you're saying, right? It kind of leads through here. That's pretty sick. Rock on. I mean, honestly, sometimes cover art can stand out because it just, like, looks cool. You can have a cool image. But I think there's a secondary layer, facet, where it looks good at a distance, and that's got to do with vibe. And this one, the vibe of the colors, the temperature of it, it just catches your attention, and I love it. This was another one that would get my attention at a distance, and probably due to my own, predisposition, I would go over there because I love blues and greens, and I'd be like, this looks up my alley. All right. Matthias over on Video App, you said hola. Hola, my friend. Welcome in. How you doing today? Happy to have you here. All right, y'all, next book up, we got Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. Is that how you say it? An epic young adult series. Okay, let's check it out. This one's new to me. And boom. Oh, I didn't notice the, MOV. You just gotta type the title and the author name in chat, and I'll add it to the list. Which I think I'm missing a couple here. The Fool, you said Lord of Mysteries. I think that's lit RPG, right? Or no, it's not. It's an Eastern novel. It's like I'm blanking on the form of the genre name right now. The Cinders. Y'all give me the author name as well when you recommend a book, so I can get both in there. This is striking, right? I didn't notice the blood on the hand until I zoomed in more, and I think that's a really nice detail, especially running down the blade. How cool is that? There's even inscriptions on the blade. That's an incredible detail. Very, very cool. At first I thought it was a little too simple for my taste. Beautiful, great colors, beautiful art, but I thought it wasn't like striking enough at a distance, kind of a theme we've been talking about today. But looking closer, the details, I'm pretty excited about these details. That's very, very cool. Yeah, beautiful. You love the drop shadow effect in this one. The sword looks almost too crisp, almost, Jackann. Maybe, yeah. I don't see it as too crisp. But I see what you mean about the shadow back here off to the left, offset. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. I'm really getting distracted by the filigree. I don't know what you call this. These flourishes down in here. Oh, and I'm missing some books in chat. Let's see. Bert, good morning, my friend. Good to see you. How you been? Voice, I haven't read too much horror, but I would like to read more horror. Where was it? The Library at Mount Char. Or Char? I'm leaning out of the way so we can get the covers in there, but then I go to type and I'm like all out of whack with my keyboard. Alright, Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins, added to the list. Invisible Monsters by Chuck... I always say his name wrong, I don't want to say it. Chuck P. We're going to call him all Chuck P. Jack, yep. Jack, your suggestion has been added to the list. So we will get to it for sure, my friend. All right, a lot of suggestions in chat. I appreciate that. The Lost Airman by Seth Meyerowitz. Meyerowitz. It's hard because I look over there and I see the comment, and then I look over here to type, and by the time I look back, like to check a spelling or something, the comment's moved. So bear with me. Auras of the Fallen Stars by Mara Van Nacht. That's a cool name. Is that a real name? Is that not just a cover name or like a pen name? Because that's sick. Okay, so let's finish up here with Realm Breaker. It's simple, but I like it. And actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me pull up just a little bonus. I saw when I was going for it, when I was grabbing the cover, that the trend of covers is followed in books 2 and 3, like the style. So I want to pull those up just for a hot minute. I thought they were cool looking. I love looking at how a series has continued its art into multiple books. So go here. Here's book 2. So we'll start book 1 again. And then I believe this is book 2. A little more dramatic, a little more intense, a lot more blood on the blade. And then book 3. Oh, that's cool. So now the sword's upward. Book 1, it was down. Book 2, it's pointed. Book 3, it's rotated upward. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm a fan. Percy, you said you've started The House of Salt and Sorrows by Aaron A. Craig. The cover's really pretty and has great attention to detail. I will toss it on the list. I'm glad you're liking it. It sounds intense. Salt and Sorrows. Aaron A. Craig. Alright, next one up. I must hide my screen for a moment, lest the feared retailer site where most people buy books be shown and TikTok get mad at me. Oh, Rouge, that's a good point. Someone else is bleeding for the main character now from those covers. That's kind of cool. I didn't get that, but that's pretty sick. I didn't notice that. All right, so the next one up was the OG Percy Jackson covers. Let's see if we can find those. It's a little bit hard sometimes. I'm gonna have to straight Google this one because original cover. Oh, you know what? We can I can actually show. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, hold on. Let me pull it up here. I can't go into any retailer's website on stream. I'll get in trouble. Don't need to give TikTok any more reason to hide the stream. Here we go. Open image. Is that a good quality? No, it is not. Sometimes, y'all, it's surprising how difficult it is to find a high-res cover image, or at least decent res. How about this one? Alright, we're going to work with what we got. We all know what this cover looks like. It's not the highest res, but it'll do. It'll do. Wickedy, what's up? Welcome in. Pleasure to have you here. Elite. They need to learn some blade discipline based on all that bleeding on the sword in the last cover. That's pretty good. Tide and Terra, welcome in. Pleasure to have you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Hope you've been well. Today we're looking at book covers. So y'all, if you're just joining, we are looking at book covers and just kind of appreciating them. It's an appreciation stream today. Wout Van de Castile, I look like one of your teachers. You got a good-looking teacher. Jugs, we want Primal Hunter? We can do Primal Hunter. Throw it on the back of the list. By Zogarth. How's he doing these days? I know he was having some health issues. We got any updates lately? Is he doing good? But let's appreciate the OG Percy Jackson cover. So it's a bit of an odd one, right? Like, I've always thought that this cover looks a bit out of place. That being said, it's iconic at this point, right? Like, sometimes when something is enough outside... Oh, you know what? I didn't turn my extra light on. Hold on. Hey, now we're illuminated. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Sometimes when something is a little bit different enough, stands out, you notice it all the more. And this one is just such a case for that. I've always loved... this is good, boy. I'm going to obliterate the resolution here, but bear with me. The Empire State Building in it, the way it's lit, it's got like some Minas Morgul-esque lighting on it. It makes it look super dramatic. I've always loved that. Jugs, you said Zogarth is back to writing, but not 100%. At least as part of the community again. I'm glad to hear that, man. I don't know what happened to him, but I was just, feeling bad. It sounded brutal. Glad he's back at it. Take your time you need, so Garth. No worries, man. You recover. Jackan also trying to find a more high-res version of this cover, and you couldn't. Good to know that it's not just me being bad at Google. Google Chrome over on Video App. He said, have you seen the cover for Mud the Far? No, is that a book? I've not even heard of that. Who's the author? Oh, Tide and Terror, you saw the new edition of Red Rising at the bookstore. It's a beautiful cover, right? We looked at that actually on the last book stream. That's probably why you mentioned it. Beautiful, beautiful art. I can only imagine it even looks better in person. All right, the next one, we have the Air series by Cinda Williams Chima. Is it the... Okay, that's book 3. This is book 1. Okay. Oh, another sword cover. I guess we're in the realm of fantasy, right? So I can't be surprised when there are sword covers everywhere. Oh boy, they're really gonna make me lean to get out of the way of this one. Eat, Code, Sleep, Repeat. 1, fun name. 2, we have not done the OG DCC cover. That's a lot of letters. I'll throw it on here. Always want to show some love to Matt. He's a good dude. He has one of my books. I hope he liked it. Ooh, we got a long list going now. We need to start moving through these a little quicker if we want to get to everybody's. Beautiful hilt on the sword, says Sean. Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very different, but I just now noticed, I'm just taking a moment to look at it, the background is like a city street, an alleyway perhaps. So, urban fantasy, I'm getting big urban fantasy vibes from it. Also, I don't know why the sword is smoking, but I find that very cool. And I feel like that's part of like fantasy right there. Like, why is the sword smoking? It's cool. We're gonna roll with it anyway. Oh, you thought the backgrounds were books? Kind of. I can see that. That would be cool too, honestly. Someone, where is it? Zachary Arnold. You wanted Series of Unfortunate Events, The Bad Beginning. Yeah, very nice. Bad Beginning. I can't spell. At least not on stream. Y'all, fun fact, did you hear about how Lemony Snicket stays in character at book signings? The dude is hilarious. He fully comes to book signings completely in character and like is just ominous and weird with all of the people that come to the book signings, and I'm so here for it. That is straight up goals. Man, just like he was like signing a book to a kid, and he just looked the kid dead in the eyes and goes, "If you finish all my books, all of your hair will fall out." And then he signed the book when the kid walked out, he was like, "Have a good one, Baldy." It's just, I love it. It's incredible. I could never do it. I could never pull that off, but my guy is having a good time. All right, so we think this one's, I'm interested about the orientation of the text. Like, they're all, the warrior heir are all simple enough of words that I can read them, even though they're horizontal, or I guess vertical. But it does make me kind of want to do this when I'm looking at it. It's a very interesting alignment for a book cover. I'd like to have someone who knows art better talk about it. I'd like to get their take on it. Probably your least favorite part of the cover, Elite? I could see that. Yeah, I'm not in love with the font choice either. It's just a little too plain, I think. But I think I saw this book's got like 1,100 reviews and ratings. 1,400. That's pretty sick. Lord of Jugs, that's incredible. You actually have a Lemony Snicket story in person. He said you got The Bad Beginning signed by him, and he told me if I don't wear my glasses, my eyes will fall out. I love this dude. Incredible. Lemony Snicket is straight up goals. Good for him. All right, we got another interesting one next that I've never heard of, but Everyone on This Train is a Suspect by Benjamin Stevenson. Ooh, what a fun cover. I'm sorry I get to see it before y'all. I wish I could have the reaction like straight up as I see it, but we can't show the Zon on screen or else TikTok will bring down the hammer. Look at this one, y'all. Look, I love how bright it is. It's bright, basic colors, and it really stands out for it. This, I don't know, this just looks fun. Deviously good fun, it says at the bottom. That tracks, I believe it. Yeah, I love it. I'm just looking at all the details here. The bloody fingerprint right in here. The ticket having some like tears in it. So these look like hole punches up in here and one down here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what those are, but they look cool. They look like they should be there. And just, I don't know, everything. Even like the font choice on a novel is so perfect for this. This is just a really well done cover. Oh, and look at the offset ends in Benjamin Stevenson, and the J is offset as well. I wonder what that's about. In fact, look, the in sun is offset and in is offset. It almost makes me think of a typewriter. Sometimes when you cap your typewriter, when you use caps, it'll offset the text. I feel like that's what they're going for. Oh, and I see y'all in chat are telling me the ticket inspector punches holes in the ticket. Ah, my American is showing. And when I lived in the UK briefly, we never had actual hole punches in our tickets. This is pretty sick, though. I'm a big fan of this cover. Yeah, this is awesome. I kind of hold on. I want to know what this one's about now. I mean, I'm assuming it's murder mystery. Let's see. From the best-selling author of Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, a fiendishly fun locked room train murder mystery in the spirit of Murder on the Orient Express. With Ernest Cunningham, Stevenson has brought a modern-day Poirot to the mystery scene. Sounds awesome. Sounds great. I would totally read it. Court Meme, welcome back. Good to have you. How you been? All right, we got a very familiar book up next. Let's pull it up here. I would say this goes into the realm of classic covers at this point. Rouge, I can read the synopsis on that last one if you want. Let me get 1 second to go back to it. We'll read it real quick before we move on to the next one. Let's see. I can't show it. TikTok will get mad at me. But when the Australian Mystery Writers Society invited me to their crime writing festival aboard the Gone, the famous train between Darwin and Adelaide, so it's set in Australia, I was hoping for some inspiration for my second book. Fiction, this time. I needed a break from the real people killing each other. Obviously, that didn't pan out. The program is a who's who of crime writing royalty. The debut writer, me. The forensic science writer. The blockbuster writer. The legal thriller writer. The literary writer. The psychological suspense writer. But when one of us is murdered, the remaining authors quickly turn into 5 detectives. Together we should know how to solve crime. Of course, we should also know how to commit one. Okay, we'll pull it up again for a second. That was the back cover of Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. That's an interesting premise, huh? So the characters and suspects are all crime writers. That's really funny. That's another good twist on it. I'm a huge fan. I would definitely read this one. In fact, I'm going to keep it. God, I don't need more books on my to-be-read pile, but I'm going to keep this one in the background. Because, consider me interested. Alright, back to where we were. Eat, code, sleep, repeat. Which crime writer archetype would I classify myself under? I've never done crime writing, but if I did, it would be. I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know if I have an answer for that. I've never done it at all. Not even close to it. Anyway, a classic here. Scythe gets recommended so much on all of these streams. It's got to be an incredible series. I haven't read it. I need to. It keeps being brought up, and it's a beautiful cover. It's beautiful writing. I love the intro of it. I love the bold colors here. This like yellow, I think. It's like a spotlight almost, or a sun ray. Is that the word I'm looking for here? What's the word? Sunbeam. There it is. Coming down right here on our Reaper, our Scythe. It's beautiful. It's cool, but it almost gives me, honestly, with sorry, I'm trying to get my mouse in there. With the red along the sides, it feels like, to me, someone being on stage, and this is the darkened lights, like the house, the rest of the house, and then this is the spotlight coming down in the middle. MOV, I can do that. You got it, buddy. Elite, you said this really encapsulates the book, drew you in immediately. Good. It's earlier on we mentioned the vibe of a cover that gets your attention from afar, right? This one definitely does. Bold, simple colors, a very central figure to focus on with a striking image. It's just like top marks. It's a perfect cover in my opinion. You really can't go wrong with it. Yeah, I love it. I don't even know what to say. I'm just gushing at this point. It's an awesome cover. Kara Road, you said, who's the author? It is by Neil Shusterman, if I really lean all the way out of frame. Zach, you said, can I explain crime versus mystery? In terms of, like, authors, like crime writer versus a mystery writer, I think there's a lot of overlap. They're pretty similar. Often mysteries are centered on crimes. So probably just two different ways to describe the same thing. You can have mysteries that are not about crime, but most of the time they are. Ignacus? I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. You said The Way of Kings. We can get that on there. Assuming that I can type. And someone else had said Name of the Wind. So let me put that on here too. Added to the list. Alright, onwards. Next up we have Bless Up by Pete Rosenberg. Another new one for me. Interesting. It did not come up at all in the search. If you were the one that recommended this, is there something I'm missing in the name? Because I'm not getting any results on that. Maybe it was not. Maybe it wasn't a book, and I just got it wrong. So we'll skip it until the submitter clarifies. I think someone might be saying that I look like that person. Anyway, I think this is nonfiction now, this next one. Let me see. Alright, yeah, nonfiction. Let's give it a look. I guess it's about horse racing. This will be a little bit of a divergence from our typical fantasy covers. Our first real photo cover. Which can be a very good way to do a cover. We've been doing more fantasy and sci-fi lately, so less real images there. I think it's fine. It doesn't elicit too much excitement from me. It's fine. It's a good photo. My bias is showing. I'm a fantasy sci-fi guy. I get excited about those. Abzin, you said look at Tin by Pandraig Kenny. You got it. I'll put it on the list. Tin by Pandraig. Am I saying that right? Kenny. Nothing will humble you more than attempting to read a bunch of authors' names that you haven't heard of live on stream, and then you go, oh, I don't know how to say anything. Badger, it can be any kind of book. We're any book that you think has a good cover, any cover that you kind of want to talk about and appreciate. Ooh, that's a good point, Igni. You said mud is obscuring most figures on here except for the main character, the central focus. That's a good point. I like that. Hey, props to the photographer on that. I feel like that might be intentional. That's a cool point. Glary, you said, good thought over on Video Up. Is a good point for SEO. Can I copy that comment and consider that later? Very good. Titan Terra words are hard. Yes, you're correct. You got it. Who was it? Was it other name? I think you said you like the Wrigley art here when I go back to this screen. There's a reason for that, and that's because Keyboard Cam was yeah, see, Keyboard Cam's taking the week off, y'all. Hence the art banner thrown at the bottom. Let's grab our next book. Well, oh, let me turn off Keyboard Cam so it can have its rave in private. Someone had requested one of my books, so we can do that. We can pull up one of my covers that I'm a fan of. Oh, you know what? I can actually do it right here. There we go. A little bit easier. Titan Terra, don't be too sad about Keyboard Cam. It does this. It just takes like a week off and it freaks out, and then I come back next week and it's fine. It's like a $10 webcam that we just had laying around the house when I started streaming. Okay, so I can't praise this one enough, but also I'm horribly biased because well, I am Alex Knight, which is hidden by my chair there. So this is my book, one of my books. But big shout out to Ivan Shavrin, our cover artist on this. Man, just made it so fun. He is awesome. I have way too much fun working with him. And I think he perfectly captured. I think my brief that I gave him for this one was straight up just like, yeah, a bunch of goblins clinging to a rocket wagon bursting through the scene. And he was like, say less. I got you. And he nailed it. Nailed it in one. And actually, you know what? We can do something fun real quick. Hold on. Let me grab a little something here. Since we're doing covers, y'all want a little peek behind the scenes on this one? I should have the process for this. Could be kind of cool to look at. That's the final. That's not it. I know we have it. Here we go. Okay. Let me download them so we can look at them that way. User, you like seeing the process? Yes, this is stuff that the artist sent me. Let me go to... There it is. And pull up some images. So here's one of the first sketches that I got for it. That's a little hard to see. We'll move it here. Let's make it a little bigger for you. Don't mind the wrong text. That was a text design he did for another one of his books. But yeah, here was the first sketch. Look at poor horse. He looks so different. He looks so different from the final cover. I think it's very funny to look at him here, and then look at him here. But yeah, here's one of the first sketches that we got on it, and then it was refined a little bit of color practice here. It's pretty cool. I liked it. Percy, thanks for being here. Glad we got to do your book before you headed out. Have a good one. We'll see you on Friday. And then finally, we got to our finished art. You know, sans cover text. So yeah, fun to have that background process on that one. Glad you like it, user. I'm a fan as well. Alright, but next one on the list is Lord of Mysteries. This is, I'm blanking on the name of the genre. But I am tangentially aware of this book. And here's the cover. There we go. Oh, darn it, I lost my TikTok chat. That happens so frequently now. Let me do my workaround real quick. Y'all bear with me 1 second. I'm glad that I found this workaround, because I lose my TikTok chat while streaming like every second stream now. So we're going to grab this. We're going to scroll over to chat. We're going to make the window small. And then we should have it. Interesting. Where did my pin tool go? Alright, well, it's gone. Anyway, let's pop over here. There's our cover for Lord of Mysteries. Titan Terra, good question. You asked if my cover artist read the book before doing the cover art. He did not. Most artists don't have time for that, as nice as that would be. In fact, I think the trend I've seen in cover art lately is send them... Authors like to send like large sections of text to be like, oh, you got to get the vibe of it and whatnot. And it's like artists just don't really have time to be reading all of, you know, the stuff that you think, you know, to get the cover just right. They have specific art briefs they'd like you to fill out for the most part. Anyway, Lord of Mysteries, very, very basic cover, but you know what? That lets you focus on the art more, right? Not even an author name on it. Jack Ann, you like the border? Yeah, the border's pretty cool. I like this shadow that's coming in here from the side. Ominous, creepy, but cool. Some entity is spilling off to the right. Says, get off my lawn, guy. Yeah, almost like something is just left, or it could be something is crawling in. But here's the thing: it gets you thinking about it, right? It makes you curious. It's just how I say opening lines have to hook you, and that they get your attention. They make you ask a question, and make you want to read more. If the cover art can make you ask a question, then it's just pulling extra weight for you. Neek, you said it could have some more contrast. I agree. It could be. It's also not coming through in the best color quality. Like, it looks better on my monitor than on stream. That being said, I agree. I think a lot more contrast here could be cool. Sean, you feel like you want something to you wanted to tell you something about what the book is about. I could see that. This one started as a web novel, so it kind of comes from a different place than other books do. Web novels have their own unique origin story. What's the genre? Asked Jack Ann. How to categorize it? It's I believe this is like an Eastern. It's like a light novel. There we go. No, maybe not. I'm blanking on the name of it. It's a genre of books from like Asia. And I'm gonna butcher it if I try to say it. It's very related to lit RPG or progression fantasy. I'm sure someone in chat has it. Has the name. Oh, interesting. User, you said the UK version is an interesting contrast. Let me check. Let me look it up. Oh, okay, so it's like republished by Hachette, it looks like, for this one. Let's get that image up so we can put them side by side here. Okay, so there's a republished cover. That's beautiful. Big fan of that one. Thank you for that, user. That's a great pull there. Wow. Yo, I'm in love with this font. This is very, very cool. Hachette, good job on the cover update. Holy cow. And these candles, my chair's kind of in the way. We zoom in a bit. These candles almost have like an orthodox art style to them. Something you'd see in like the Greek or Russian Orthodox Church, Eastern Orthodoxy. Very, very cool style. Yo, I'm a fan. This is sick. Titan Terror, you prefer the republished one? I do too. Okay, y'all, one of my favorite things about web novels is so often when you don't know a web novel is going to pop off, right? So a lot of the authors that write them just write them under their username on whatever website it is. So you end up with usernames or author names like Cuttlefish That Loves Diving. It's the author of the book, man. It's the username they wrote it under. And I love it. I love it when a book series pops off and you're like, who's the author? Oh, Coldfang89. It's sick. It's a whole new evolution of pen name, and I think it's really cool. And we're literally seeing like a change in the genre before our eyes, in that you can have a very successful book series and the author is Cuttlefish That Loves Diving. That's awesome, man. That's super cool. I really like that cover. That might be my favorite cover of the day, this republished one. Alright, next up, I've heard this one a lot, The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. Let's pull it up here. Interesting, I think I've seen a different cover for it, but this is the one that came up, and I don't trust my memory enough to not be completely incorrect. The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. Interesting. Lettuce, you said you just came across. What are my thoughts on the one you said? On which one? The last cover we were doing, Lord of Mysteries? This is cool. So I'm really liking... Yeah, I agree, Sean. I agree. The contrast is a little severe between the art of the house and the art of the book, but I like also what user 326 said. It looks like you're going into the book, right? Like a hole has been burned through this book, and you are going through it into the book. I feel like it's an effect that could have been created a little more uniformly. It could be a little smoother. But I like what it's going for. I agree it is jarring, though. It looks like a portal, like two different books. I agree with both of those. I feel like it could benefit... I mean, I'm no art critic, so I shouldn't call too much. Sorry, I was looking at a little detail there. I like the idea. I like the concept. Cathos Prime? There we go, over on Video App. You said, what a nice cover. Was that to Lord of Mysteries or our current one? Jackie Ann, you said it looks like a fantasy with a thriller on the inside. I can see that. Alright, next up on the list. We're making progress. It's a long list, but we're getting there. We'll pull some more off of it real quick. Next up, we have Invisible Monsters by, I'm just going to say Chuck P, because I'm going to mess the guy's name up. Okay, this is going to be an interesting one, y'all. This is an interesting cover. I'm not sure what to make of it just yet. Let's think about it. What are we thinking, folks? This is interesting. It's initially hard to read the title. And I don't know if that's a good thing, that it makes you focus on it a bit more and kind of like, kind of twist your head around and like read it, or not. I'm not sure. Yeah, right, Jack Ann? I don't know what to think either. I think I like it. But here's the thing, right? Good art makes you think, makes you feel. And currently I feel... I'm not sure how I feel. It's very interesting. I feel like I'd honestly need to kind of sit and ponder this a minute. It's certainly striking, we could say that. I feel like it might benefit from just one other splash of color somewhere else. But again, I'm no visual artist. My opinion on this means nothing. I'm just spouting random thoughts. I feel like this crown, though, with a little bit of color could look good. I can kind of see that. That's interesting. Hold on. Y'all are saying turn it upside down. Hold on. We're gonna do that. Now that would be really interesting, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this on screen as I do it so you can see it too. All right. So there's our image. Oh, yo. Okay, that's cool, y'all. That's really cool. That's so interesting. Y'all, okay, so the original cover. Oh, and that's why the title's upside down. I get it. I get it now. That's really cool, y'all. Okay, so like, you see the cover and you're kind of like, what's going on here? And you see the title's upside down, right? And I guess this just works basically in paperback better. You had picked it up, you're looking at it, and then you go, oh, what's the title? And you flip it over, and then you see this. That's cool. That's really intelligent. Someone far smarter than me designed this. Very, very cool. Yo, that was a fun one. Oh, and I get to show something off. Thank you, Gadibes, TWW. Thank you for the Asmongold comment, because, y'all, I finally did it in some shape or form. So please, everybody, welcome in the official Asmongold counter. It is here. It is no longer just a note on my desktop. And thank you to the recent comment. So we can go up to 66. We finally got it, folks. We finally got the Asmongold counter. I'd still love for it to be animated. I think that would be hilarious. But there we go. 66 references so far. I get that probably every stream. It doesn't bother me. It's not a thing. It's just funny more than anything. But I would really love to have just like an animated counter that ticks over. That would be very good, in my opinion. Okay, we finally are getting to MOV. You requested The Lost Airman by Seth Meyerowitz. Meyerowitz, maybe? The Lost Airman. Okay, it's singular, not plural. I've been saying it plural. And I was requested to read the back cover copy of this, so we'll do that here in a moment. As soon as we get the cover up. Boom. There we go. So clearly something about World War II. My knowledge of World War II aircraft is not good enough to be able to tell you what this one is, aside from some sort of bomber. And I'm assuming from the star on the side it's American. Maybe. I could be wrong. I don't know, honestly. I know a lot about World War II, but not about aircraft. I guess it says down here, a true story of escape from Nazi-occupied France. Interesting. Suspenseful story of a truly remarkable American, says New York Times bestselling author Alex Kershaw. Okay, so like nonfiction. Ooh, good point, Jackan. Badger, I can definitely put that on the list. You've mentioned it a moment ago. I'll put it on there. I mean, is it gonna be? I guess I'll just look at it before I put it on stream. Volume 5. You got it. Jackan, you said you like the propellers being shadowed to imply movement. It is a good effect. That's very smart. So I'm interested here. This is just a product of how the artist rendered this, but this sort of damage on the side of the airplane doesn't make sense to me, like in terms of the kind of damage you would typically take that would bring down a plane of that era. But I think they were just doing their best to use like a real image and alter it to look damaged. But like, I don't know, it looks like the paint's like flaking away on it and whatnot. Maybe I'm wrong, but that just stands out to me a little bit. It's a striking cover. It looks, I would say this cover looks appropriate for like a World War II storybook. I know immediately what genre it's going to be, and that's fine. Oh, that's a good point, user 326. You like that the airman, who the story is about, is like, it looks like, falling out of the central focus. They're parachuting down here, and you can almost imagine them going off into the distance, which goes with the title. Pretty cool. Get off my lawn, guy. You said, I think it's a Halifax bomber. Okay. I definitely recognize the rear. My lack of airplane knowledge is showing rear wing back there. That's an interesting shape on it. Anyway, I was requested to read the back cover copy of this, so we will. Bronx-born top turret gunner Arthur Meyerowitz was one of the only 2 crewmen who escaped death or immediate capture on the ground when their plane was shot down near Cognac, France in 1943. After fleeing the wreck, Arthur knocked on the door of an isolated farmhouse whose owners hastily took him in. Fortunately, his hosts had a tight connection to the French resistance group Morhange? I'm sure it's French and I'm saying it wrong. And its founder, Marcel Taillandier, who arranged for Arthur's transfers among safe houses in southern France, shielding him from the Gestapo. Based on recently declassified material, exclusive personal interviews, and extensive research into the French resistance, The Lost Airman tells the tense and riveting story of Arthur's hair-raising journey to freedom, a true story of endurance, perseverance, and escape during World War II. That tracks. Is it written by the son of the main character? Because it certainly sounds like it. Because it said the main character's name was Arthur Meyerowitz, right? Let me see. Yes. So I feel like it's written by a relative of the main character. Pretty cool, though. It's interesting. Oh, sorry, I didn't switch. I meant to have it back on screen. Oh, man, my TikTok got discontinued for inactivity. This is an issue that happens. Well, YouTube, I'm still here with you, and I can say YouTube now because I'm not on TikTok anymore. Howdy, folks. British Defence League. How appropriate. You said not a book, but a film. Dunkirk. My grandfather's brother was the real pilot who flew the Spitfire over Dunkirk. That's sick. I have seen it, and I'm decently knowledgeable about it. Rock on. And that's a pretty cool story. Jake, good to see you, my guy. Sadly, we just dropped the TikTok stream. TikTok's been really challenging lately, y'all. My goodness. It really doesn't want me to stream there. But, I still got y'all. Maybe we switch over to YouTube one day. Sad. All right. Well, I need to. I don't know. I kind of threw me for a loop there. I wasn't expecting it to go down, but we got through most of the list, so I'll take it. I wish we got through more, but it was a good start, good run before TikTok took us down for the day. We'll work on it. I'll try to fix these issues in the future. And the problem is they are having glitches with TikTok Studio such that my chat window goes away. So I'm forced to pull up my chat, an alternate chat window, which blocks my view of TikTok Studio. And then every stream, no matter what I'm doing, TikTok Studio gives me an inactivity warning, and I have 5 minutes to complete a CAPTCHA to not get knocked off of TikTok Studio. But because TikTok Studio has glitched and I'm no longer looking at it, I don't see the warning come up, and it doesn't it's not a pop-up. It doesn't notify me. So the 5-minute timer just expires, and it's like, oh, this stream must be inactive, and it knocks me off. Really frustrating lately. Seems like we can't go a stream without TikTok shutting me down for some reason. Oh well, so it goes. We got a good hour out of it. Glara, thanks for popping over here. Sorry to the TikTok audience. So it goes. Anyway, we will be back on Friday for Fantasy Map Friday. Y'all know the drill. Be fun. It'll be a good one. Jake, you said Alex needs a cool 6-monitor setup so he can monitor everything. I do, man. I do. Primarily just to monitor TikTok Studio, but I don't know. Lately, it feels like I'm dancing on landmines just to not get my live feed restricted, or my discoverability restricted, or banned because I said Amazon on stream, or God forbid we show a cover for a split moment in Amazon and not just the cover. Like, there's a million things, there's a million reasons TikTok wants me to, get ban-hammered or restricted, etc., etc. It is a little bit tiring. But I'm just ranting at this point. No worries. I still appreciate everybody tuning in. And it's a pleasure to have y'all. So as always, a special thanks to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which he provided our background music today. As well, an extra special thank you to Raffi the engineer, who provided our fifth background song, Midnight at the Round Table. Appreciate you, Raffi. Of course, a shout out to chat, who needs very little moderation. Y'all bring good vibes. But when it is needed, I appreciate my moderators, Melissa Lee 28, Raffi the engineer, One Happy Harpy, the Seth Ward, other name wasn't available, aka Slendy, Alicia T, and Aaron Winnick. Thank you very much, y'all. I appreciate you. Jake, it's a business expense getting all those monitors. Yeah, I don't want that many monitors though. I've got my 2 monitors set up. We're rocking and rolling with that. I'm a minimalist. I don't need those 6 monitors, but I guess I do for TikTok. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll work through it. I just have to know that when the chat issue happens and Studio starts glitching out, I have to make sure I keep up Studio somewhere on one of the monitors so I can see when it gives me the false inactivity warning. But we'll figure it out. No worries. Y'all, YouTube specifically, I appreciate you being here with me today. And we'll be back Friday, 7 a.m. Y'all know the drill. Fantasy Map Friday. It's going to be a good one. Though, I guess y'all can have a little sad preview. Hold on. Let's go over to here. Y'all, I got bad news. The map we've been working on, if you remember, the last stream, the last Fantasy Map Friday ended with a glitch. The last map got completely, we lost it. It just glitched out. So I'm unable to recover the save file right now. It's just fully gone. This is currently what it looks like. I've not been able to get it back. So I guess we're gonna have to change it, because oof, that was a blow last Friday to find out. Oh, we'll talk about it on Friday. We'll figure out what we're gonna do instead, because I'm a little bit demoralized with all the work that we lost. So we're gonna have to figure out something else to do. I don't think I can just jump right back into it. But we'll talk about it on Friday. And you know what? It's an opportunity to start a new map. So it goes. Anyway, thank you for being with me today, y'all. I apologize for the unusual ending, but we'll roll with the punches as they come. And I'll see you on the next one. Y'all, have a great day. I'll catch you on Friday when the weekend is inbound.